Khobi, your writing is fantastic, extremely informational and entertaining on Orlando Sentinel. In one of your recent articles about Mo Bamba's departure, you detailed some of the cap stuff, mentioning that we could have as much as $55 million in salary cap free. Of course, that number would mean that, you know, certain contracts like J.I., Kell, Gary, and Bull wouldn't be coming back, which of course we know that's not all going to happen. Maybe one of those, but I don't see J.I. or Kell going anywhere. Hopefully not Gary or Bull. I think we should let those guys. But there could be a lot of flexibility in the salary cap and a lot of room. So here is our fill in the blank. The Orlando Magic's offseason will be blank. This is a good time. We're about at the All-Star break. Good time to reflect. So what say you, Khobi?
The Orlando Magic's All-Star break, rather, off-season will be fun. I think it'll just be something fun to kind of chronicle. The options, like, I think you can kind of see how they're positioning themselves for the future. They have, between this summer and maybe even you want to consider the 2024 summer, like, they have the flexibility to go in multiple different directions before, you know, certain guys start getting, you know, their next contracts start kicking in. So I think it's going to be fun to see how this front office views this team, because that's ultimately what the moves will be reflective of. Like, how, like, each move will be a reflection of what they view of their core and what they view of this team and what they view of the direction. So I'm actually very interested in seeing how are they evaluating this stretch, whether you want to say the stretch from December 5th or 7th to now, the stretch from the beginning of this year to now, the stretch from post All-Star break to the end of the season. Like, how are they viewing the stretch? Like, how much are they buying this team's ready for that next step? They may be a little further ahead in this process than we may have gone into the season believing. Or is this, we thought this team was at this level, we just need to see them healthy. And now we understand, like, this, they're fitting, or they're on the pathway that we thought they were going to be, you know, before the health really started to disrupt the first 20-25 games of the season. So that's something I think it's going to be fun to see just exactly what they're seeing, and not just from what they tell us, but from what they show us through the moves they do or do not make.
Yeah, that's 100% accurate. No. My first thought was fun as well. Gonna switch it up a little bit.
Okay.
I'm gonna go hype. I think it's gonna be hype.
Really?
And I think it's gonna be hype in both terms of it. I think it's gonna be like, hell yeah, raise the roof.
Okay.
People are stoked on us. People have heard we've got a good young core. All this stuff's going on. Some new people are gonna come in. Maybe a free agent. Obviously some draft picks. And everyone's gonna start to get on our bandwagon just a bit. They're gonna at least put a toe on there and be like, I want to consider your bandwagon. And the hype might get a little too much, to be honest.
Yeah.
The actual hype now. Like, everyone's going to pump it up so much that it might be like, oh, they're expecting us to win 20 of the first 25 games. But, you know, we're going to have to measure the expectations and tamp people down a little bit. But
Pich is
gotta be hype.
Always temperance with you. You're very.
I like to keep it real.
Yes, you do.
And I think with a team like this, if you're going to follow them and watch every game, you have to, like, do that. Otherwise, you're going to have a lot of bad days if you hang your hat on your heart's on your sleeve, and every time they lose, you're upset. Like, you gotta roll with the punches.
You're talking about me again.
Well, last night in the wrap up, I pulled you back though.
Yeah,
I feel like we got you smiling by the end of the
Yeah, that was nice of you. I'm gonna rain on the parade, I think, guys.
Come on.
I don't mean to, but I have right here the Orlando Magic's offseason will be quieter than expected. I don't see, looking at Weltman Hammond's track record and what they did in Milwaukee, I don't see the big splash move that maybe myself, maybe some of you second cousins out there are thinking we're kind of that one free agent away, or that one step away from really making a deeper push into being in the playoffs and then making a serious push to make some noise. I think that there's going to be another year. Khobi was talking about this a moment ago, of more just like, let's really see what we have without the injuries. Let's draft a guy. I don't know if we're going to use both draft picks, but I don't think we're going to use one of those or both of them to bring in any crazy big name. We want, Franz and Paulo to have the rock and to be developing, of course, with Kel too. So I just think we're gonna let it rock. And I'm hype. Hey, if we let it rock, I'm hype off of that. All right. I'm not. And then I think
so now you're dipping a toe on my answer bandwagon.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it. Here. Get the feet out again. Yeah, I'll dip a toe onto your bandwagon. All right. Okay, so now I'll be excited to follow along, Khobi, with all your articles this summer and seeing the narratives that you're kind of weaving and seeing with your close proximity to the team.